Well, here we are again. After searching every corner of this cuboidal world, I found even more science in Minecraft. Honestly, it shouldn't surprise me, but what does surprise me is how accurate some of these are. So I'm here today to break it down, science style. And just so you know, this is the second part of my science in Minecraft videos, so if you want more after this, then head over there next. But science waits for no one, and intros are boring. So the list begins now. Quartz. By far one of the most unique items in Minecraft that can be found in real life is the nether quartz. Quartz is a crystal with some very unique and useful characteristics, namely, its piezoelectrical qualities, which makes it useful in the redstone recipes it's used in. Piezoelectric refers to the quartz's ability to produce electrical energy from being pressed on or vibrated, and vice versa, creating mechanical energy when exposed to an electrical field. This makes quartz extremely useful in all sorts of devices, and in Minecraft those are namely the observer and daylight sensor. Although the exact workings of these devices are unknown, they are likely detecting the small electric charge or mechanical energy the quartz is producing. Or they simply are using the quartz's lenses, which would be a waste of this unique crystal. But judging by the shape of the recipe, this might be likely. Although, there is one item that should use quartz that doesn't, and that item is the clock. Quartz revolutionized timekeeping with its piezoelectrical qualities. As mentioned, quartz will give off mechanical energy when exposed to electricity, but more than that, the mechanical energy it gives off is extremely consistent, vibrating at a constant rate of 32,768 times per second, which makes it very useful for telling time by measuring these vibrations. This is by far quartz's biggest use in history, and if I had to guess why it's not included in the clock recipe, it's probably because clocks were made before quartz and it would just be odd to change it for such an admittedly useless item. Gravity. Throughout all forces on our planet, there is one that remains true and constant. The force of my love for everyone who subbed to me. But also gravity. That being said, let's run an experiment. I'm going to drop this block of sand and this anvil at the same time, and I want you to guess which one will fall faster. Was that surprising to you? Did you expect the anvil to hit the ground first? If you're not familiar with the properties of gravity, it can be confusing, but objects subjected to the same gravitational field will fall at the exact same rate. Our rate on Earth being 9.8 meters per second. This is the acceleration rate of gravity. So Minecraft is pretty accurate over short distances. But over long distances, the anvil would beat the sand due to a thing called terminal velocity. Terminal velocity is the maximum speed an object can achieve during freefall. Terminal velocity is determined by an object's mass and, to a lesser degree, air resistance. The higher the mass, the higher speed at terminal velocity. So in that regards, it's inaccurate. On top of that, there's a weird thing with mobs where they fall at a greater speed than both objects, making it doubly inaccurate. Fossils. One of the rarest mini-structures you can find in Minecraft is the elusive fossil. These fossils are found deep underground in the deep slate layer, and you can often find diamonds in between the bones. It might seem odd, but diamonds are made from an extremely compressed carbon, and life on Earth is carbon-based. So all these diamonds were seemingly formed from the carbon of this deceased creature, compressed in the deep slate layer until eventually becoming diamonds. Armadillos. To breed 2 armadillos, you must feed them both a spider eye. But oh no! The armadillo will get poisoned, just like when you eat a spider eye. Oh wait, it didn't. This may seem like an oversight, but in reality, it's perfectly fine. Armadillos are immune to poisons they eat for the most part, as these poisonous insects make up a good portion of their diet, as armadillos are mainly insectivores. Meaning over the entire armadillo's evolutionary lifespan, they have developed an immunity. So go ahead and feed those spider eye to the armadillos. They won't feel it at all. Domestication versus taming. An interesting topic when discussing humans keeping animals is the difference between domestication and taming. And we luckily have two mobs in Minecraft that demonstrate this difference perfectly: the wolf and the fox. When giving bones to a wolf, this would classify as domestication, as the wolf changes its vocalizations and mannerisms. On top of that, the pups of the wolf are also domesticated, meaning that the wolf's entire lineage has been altered. The wolf also heeds commands and becomes much more docile, a complete shift in its nature. While a fox would be considered taming, as it doesn't take commands and acts mostly the same as it did before. But the biggest difference is that you cannot directly tame the fox. It must be done through its offspring, as these foxes grow up more accustomed to the player's presence due to being exposed since birth, and will fight to protect you, but won't follow you or heed commands. On top of that, the fox taming is done on a single animal basis, not the entire species, as was the case with the wolf. Minecraft conservation of momentum. Newton's first law states that objects in motion will stay in motion unless acted on by an outside force. And we can see that represented well with the minecarts, which lose energy when traveling uphill. There are three main factors that make objects like the minecart lose energy. Those being friction from the contact on the rails, air resistance due to the minecart moving through air, and depending on if the cart is traveling uphill, gravity, which plays into friction as well. That is why the cart will lose all of its momentum eventually, and can never reach the same height it began at no matter how much momentum it builds up. To help it keep moving, you need some way to add energy back to the minecart and keep it moving, which is where the powered rail systems come into play, giving the minecart a speed boost and allowing it to overcome those slowing forces. And all of this can also be applied to elytra and fireworks. Someone at Mojang knows their physics. Cats and frogs. Cats in Minecraft are quite unique. They do not take any fall damage in any way. This is most likely a reference to cats always landing on their feet. But you might be surprised to learn that cats in real life are masters at avoiding fall damage as well, as cats can survive falls from terminal velocity, which we've discussed already. This is due to the cat's springy and strong muscles as well as their low body weight to surface area ratio. But what also helps is when they have enough time to prepare for the landing. Cats have something that is known as a righting reflex. This allows them to orient themselves while falling and make for a safe landing. Another mob in Minecraft that survives terminal velocity in real life is the frog. However, it does take fall damage in the game, just far less than other mobs, so it's not as accurate. Also, please don't test this in real life. Do it in Minecraft instead. Material hardness. Diamond is the only material we have in Minecraft that can allow you to harvest obsidian. This is due to the hardness of diamond. On the Mohs hardness scale, diamond ranks as the hardest known natural material, being a perfect 10, and obsidian is around 5.5. This is why iron cannot break obsidian, as iron ranks as a 4 on this scale. Gold is around 2.5 up to 4, and copper is a 3. However, despite diamond being the only material that allows you to harvest obsidian, we in fact have multiple materials in Minecraft that would be able to technically work as well. Those being the other crystals and gems. Quartz, emerald, amethyst, and even lapis lazuli all have a hardness value above obsidian, meaning they would be able to carve away at this volcanic glass. But they tend to be more brittle than diamonds, so they're not often used in real life to accomplish this. It's a job usually left to artificial diamonds. Nether travel. As we know, traveling in the Nether is a quicker way to travel far distances in the overworld, rather than simply traveling in the overworld alone, as 1 block traveled in the Nether equates to 8 blocks traveled in the overworld, and there just might be a reason behind this. Now I was thinking and pondering, and I came up with a good answer, only to Google it and find out I wasn't the first one. But I'm here to relay the info anyways, because it's a very fun answer to this. In this diagram you can see the Nether is beneath the overworld, which is required for this theory to work. It also assumes the planet is round. But It all boils down to angles and geometry. I guess that's not necessarily science, but oh well. So I'm going to animate this 90-degree angle to demonstrate. Starting in the overworld, we nether portal down. The nether is much smaller in diameter than the overworld. We travel forward 10 blocks and nether portal directly up, where we see we've traveled 80 blocks in the overworld. I hope that's kind of a clear answer for this. It's a little bit hard to put into words, so I hope the diagram helped. But I think this is a fun way to imagine the way the nether and the overworld work. I always picture the nether below the overworld anyways, due to the bedrock floor in the overworld and the bedrock ceiling in the nether. And thus, another chapter of Minecraft science comes to a close. Not sure exactly if I will find enough to make a part 3 now, as I combined part 2 and part 3 to make this video longer. But I'll keep my eyes open for it, since I really do like talking about science in this way, for most video games, but Minecraft was really fun to do this. Anyways, I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.